to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swabs it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 202.
The sexiest podcast, and it's still fighting his podcast on the moon.
That's right.
Unfortunately, no Moon Wars drop.
Yeah. Well, we've got the ultimate drop, as in the ball.
Yeah, but well, no. Apparently my house eats things because I still haven't found my charging block. You know, the only charging block you can use for that nook. I'm going to have to just buy one, I think.
Yeah, probably.
But the second I buy one, it'll turn up.
Absolutely. Like, you'll no more get home, unwrap it, and trip over the old one.
Basically.
Because the cat's been hiding it the whole time. It's
That
like,
little son of a bitch. He's
like,
trying to hack it into some sort of world domination device.
with a Nook charger.
Yeah.
Little do
who
we
knew?
know the power of the Nook charger, you know. Aliens actually came to Earth just for that, and they were like,
Just
finally.
for it.
Like, he'll never notice. Yoink.
So yeah, it doubly sucks, though, because one, no Moon Wars drop or any other drop.
Right, I know.
And two, even not that I was reading many comics, but I now really can't read comics.
Right. Well, no, because your laptop just probably
No, I
won't
don't
tolerate
even-
it. Yeah.
If I look at my laptop the wrong way, it'll probably blow up.
I was
so.
going to say, because they do have readers for laptops, but yeah, I wouldn't.
And if I didn't have to, like, put my, comic book files into, like, iTunes, because let's be honest, I got a big phone.
Yeah.
I could probably read them on my phone.
It's
but
a pain in the
fucking
ass.
hassle.
I'll tell you, because I read mine mostly on my iPad mini,
Yeah.
and because my other iPad is where I used to read them, my bigger one, but now almost every one that I open, like, as I flip pages, like when I go from page 1 to page 2, it craps. And then I have to relaunch the app, page 3 to page 4, craps. So it'll take me like a day and a half to read one book. So I was like, done.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and on the iPad mini, most of the time I can read stuff okay, but it's like some of the stuff, like when, a lot of the books, like when someone's writing in a journal and they use like a script font or something like that, it's really difficult to read. And now it could just be my shitty eyes, but I know your eyes aren't, top of the world either.
Not quite keen like a hawk.
Right.
Oh, have you heard about that thing?
Keen like a hawk?
Kinda.
Oh.
Some eye scientist, what the fuck you want to call him?
Eye scientist.
Yeah, eye scientist. He's invented a new contact lens, right? That they inject it into your eye, and then it kind of like unfolds. It goes in like a taco, and then
delicious. My eyes have been wanting to eat tacos for years.
Right. But it corrects your vision. Holy shit!
Who says we don't have sound drops?
Yeah, really. It corrects your vision, and and it makes your like distance vision 2 times better than normal.
Oh, I can see where that'd be useful for the military.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, hold on. I got to do a quick page. Oh, wait, I'll just text her.
All right.
Keep going.
Nice. Oh, that'd be awesome, though. I mean, I like wearing glasses. I've gotten to the point in my life that I don't mind them. Like a lot of people, because I have, my left eye is really shitty. My right eye is okay. It's pretty much fine. And so I could get away with a contact lens in my left eye, like just that. But it's like I'm so used to wearing glasses. Like days where I don't wear them, I find myself reaching for them to adjust them, or it's just meh. Plus I think I look better with the glasses, than without, because,
Here's my beef of glasses.
Tony's beef. That sounded a little more erotic maybe than it should have. I don't know.
When it's hot out and I'm working, they tend to fly off my face because, bald head, sweat.
Yeah. Well, you got to get a geek strap.
Oh, fuck that.
That's a little callback to our youth. If you remember that.
The only time I wear a geek strap is jet skiing. True story.
That's a good idea, though. Yeah. Either no glasses or geek strap. You have to.
Yeah.
You should be rocking big sports goggles, though.
That'd be awesome.
To look cool.
But yeah. So and then sunglasses, because like the prescription sunglasses I have, they're like regular frames, which is dark lenses. Yeah. They don't wrap around the sides.
Right. Yeah.
And that peripheral sun comes in.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
And it sucks.
Oh, awesome. Not awesome. Gotcha. Yeah, I've got a pair of mine have a slight tint on them, and it's more for like the days when I have like migraines and still have to stare at a computer screen or something.
Right.
And because it takes the brightness down and what have you. Because when you have a migraine, no matter how bright the screen is, it's too bright.
Right.
There is no because I know there was somebody out there going, just turn the screen brightness down. It's like, nah, that doesn't quite work. But yeah, you're right. It's like if I go outside with them on, because I wore them, I think, when we were at Put-in-Bay for a while and stuff, and you're right, like that sun hits on the sides, and it's like, God.
Yeah, it's just like, well, this is bullshit.
Yeah, it's like maybe I should have just got a pair of sunglasses with the tint, and yeah. I got followed on Instagram by a company that makes, I think the name of the company is like Blackout Shades or something, and they're not sunglasses, but they're for people with migraines, and they are literally just, from the looks of things, almost like if you took a pair of sunglasses and spray painted them like black, to where except nothing can come in or go out, and
interesting.
You can wear them like while you sleep, I guess. Which I'm not sure how that would work. It seems I'd almost have to try them on. It's like I don't know how they'd be comfortable to sleep in and not get broken because I'm violent when I turn.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I don't turn gently. I'm like and like thrash about. So
hey, hold up. We're gonna have to take a quick pause.
Oh, jeez.
I know, because my mom's texting me questions. I tried to get Jeannie here so I could hear her answer, but she's nowhere to be found.
All right.
Yeah, well, so hold on, fellow listeners.
Yeah, enjoy your burrito while we take a break.
And we're back, and I have no idea what the hell we're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
Besides taco-shaped super contacts.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, that was interesting. I don't even know where the hell we stopped. I guess we could have gone back and listened and then known where to pick it back up.
Too professional.
You're right. Let's do it now while we're playing the show. You can listen to the show twice at the same time.
Amazing.
Oh, the greatest idea ever. Oh, yeah. I don't even know how the hell we got down that road even. It's all gone. Know. It's all gone.
I mean, normally we just plow through everything and don't bother taking breaks, but there's too much nonsense going on.
There was a lot of nonsense, I'm not going to lie. Yeah. I'm glad we don't do a live feed, because that would have been a train wreck.
Yeah, really, Jesus.
Been asked a couple of times why we don't do a live feed. And
we honestly could, because we don't edit.
Yeah. I just told people it's just because, neither of us have our hair did or our faces on when we do the show.
Oh, it's true. It's true.
I mean, we're just, just sitting here like a couple of bums.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just, he's got a paper bag on. That's it.
Right, and not on his head.
Yeah, not at all. Cut some leg holes in it.
Right.
It's perfect.
Yeah. It's like if I'm going to pay for these bags at the grocery store, I'm going to get all the uses out of them.
Yeah, damn it. Exactly.
Oh, man. So I was at the pharmacy yesterday, or 2 days ago, actually.
Yes.
And while I'm standing there, there's a woman behind me, and she coughs. And I happened to, like, I was kind of had my head turned that way at the time. And as she coughed, I see a woman behind her take, like, 2 steps back. And I'm like, what the hell? And it's like, the woman didn't cough directly at her. She just, like, turned to the left to cough, and the woman was, like, behind her and takes 2 steps back. And I'm like, what the hell? And then I hear the woman go, oh, I heard about that woman that has TB in the U.S., and you just can't be too careful.
Oh, my God.
And for those who aren't aware, there's a woman who got into the U.S. from India, and she had not just TB, but like oh, God, what's it called? It's like it's a drug-resistant TB. So
like super TB.
It really is.
It's the Batman of TB.
It really is. The Batman of TB. Anyway, so this woman flew into Chicago, and then she's been in like 2 other states, and now they've got her all isolated and such, as they do with TB. As I've got to witness firsthand when they thought for a minute my dad might have TB.
Right.
Yeah, it turns out TB and terminal lung cancer share a lot of characteristics, I guess. So, because when he was in the hospital, that's what they thought. They had to put him through, or put him in isolation, and you had to put all the stuff on before you could go in to see him. And then as you
all
come out,
spaceman gear.
Yeah, when you come out, they're like, take this off, then this, for sanitary reasons and such. Plus, nudity and.
Well, yeah, I mean, got to make it hot.
It was something, though. Oh, God, it was awful. I mean, luckily it was winter and it's in a hospital, so it's controlled, but, it was hot as hell. Just was worse because, I could either do that or I had to stand, like, on the other side of this wall, basically, and I could talk through an intercom to my dad. You can see him, but it's like, this sucks.
Like he's a perp.
Yeah, exactly. It was, yeah. So, anywho, back to, before I was rambling. This woman gets into the U.S., so they have a thing on the news a couple days ago, and they're like, the odds of anyone getting infected are pretty minimal and whatever. And, the only amount of paranoia that popped up in my head was she flew through Chicago, which happens to be a really big airport. It's not like she flew into, like, Podunk, airport where they have, like, 5 flights a day or something. She went through one of the biggest in the country.
Right.
And people from there go everywhere,
Oh, I know.
But,
I've played enough Pandemic.
Right? So, and I'm just standing there, and I just look, and the girl working the counter at the pharmacy just shakes her head, just because she heard it. You just see her shaking her head, and I'm like, yeah.
Should have just filled that lady's prescription with, like, cyanide.
Oh, man. What I would have done, you throw her prescription there and just cough in the bag and close it up,
Exactly.
Like, I am patient 0. God. So, like, part of me wanted to. If I was standing behind her, I'd probably amp up the coughing. If nothing else, to see if she'd get out of line so I could get up there quicker.
Just panics and flees.
What a dick. Yeah.
I love this. Was it a little old lady?
She's probably about 60. She wasn't really
old
little.
Enough.
She wasn't little.
Love to see.
She was a pandemic unto herself, we'll say.
It would have been great if she would have just panicked, though, and, like, plowed through an aisle of aspirin.
Yeah.
Just knocked the whole rack over.
Like a rhino gotten loose, yeah. Yeah, it was...
A crash of rhinos, even?
You making a magic reference there?
Yeah, well, plus it's a group of rhinos. So I'm saying she's big enough, she's a group.
Just calling her a rhino isn't enough.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Gotta be a crash of them.
That's fair, I'll allow it. Yeah, I'm just, like, shaking my head, because there's not much else you can do, because it's like, and the thing is, like, the news didn't even, like, they constantly, the people, at least the news report I watched, I'll put it this way, they were basically like, they had a doctor on there, and he was like, yeah, don't get your panties in a bunch, this is no big deal, it's...
Like, let's not rustle your jimmies.
Yeah, it's like, everything's fine, kind of a thing.
Right.
So, you watch that and you're like, all right, and don't get me wrong, some people are still going to go, they're just covering it up, man, or whatever, but, yeah, it's probably nothing to worry about. Now, meanwhile, we'll all be dead probably, but about 2 days after this podcast drops. But
Well, yeah, but whatever.
We had a good run. Well, at least we got to 200.
202.
202, right? The real shame is that the enthusiasm.
What does that old lady want, though? Or I'm sorry, what does that old rhino want?
Yeah,
I give this Indian woman the Lord of Light treatment, like a Game of Thrones.
I know, right? Yeah,
Jesus.
I mean, she coughs. It's almost like back in the witch times or whatever. Like somebody did something that was a little weird, and it's like, oh, witch,
Yeah. Witch.
Like
Turn me into a newt.
She just wants the workers at Kroger to drag this woman off and set her ablaze in the parking lot or something.
Right in the cart corral.
Yeah, tied to it, of course.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
that's what the Lord of Light would want.
Obviously, just a bag of paper or a thing of paper bags underneath her for kindling.
I take one for Britches.
Obviously.
Like excellent, clean ones.
I didn't even have to pay for them. Woo!
Yoink.
Oh, man. One for Britches. I'm writing that down. My love of the word britches.
It is a fine word.
It is.
It is. Speaking of britches, Brian.
Oh, that's a great segue. Yeah.
All these britches and bitches need to buy some torso britches.
Whoa, careful. There's some trademarking involved in some of that.
What was it? I think they call them torso pants.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I was like, T-shirt hell already was on top of that. Yeah.
So I'm officially dubbing ours torso britches.
That's fair. Torso britches.
And as of this recording this podcast, people have 13 days. So let's see here. It's a Thursday. So we have like 9 days.
Yeah, by the time this hits.
Advertises drops. To get yourself a Salty Language podcast T-shirt.
No, Salty Language, the T-shirt.
The T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, a subsidiary of Salty Language Torso Britches.
Right, which is a subsidiary of Tony Co. Productions.
Of course. For the low cost of $14 plus shipping and handling, you can get yourself a sweet and sexy Salty Language the T-shirt.
Right, and it comes with the bonus of if Tony ever sees you wearing said T-shirt in public, as long as he hasn't met you previously, in any capacity,
Or you've been interviewed.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean, in any capacity, whether it's online or in real life.
Right.
Even if he's seen your picture on Cops. He'll buy you a drink. The drink's up to him, though.
Believe it. That's true. It is up to me.
Like, oh, sure. What do you want? A shot? Sure. My choice.
They'll get a third of a warm Budweiser.
Delicious. Who's drinking the other parts?
I don't know.
Just some
dump
guy.
it on the ground.
You just ask the server to bring you like a nearly empty Budweiser that someone leaves.
The bus boy.
Yeah.
Hand me that mug, boy.
Hey, there's a crisp $1 in it for you if you do this for me.
Under the table. You don't have to share it with the bartender.
Nice. Under the table. You and your under the table handshakes.
Well, sometimes you got to get real with people.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, go to teespring.com/salty language or just search Salty Language on Teespring.
Booyah. Enjoy it.
And buy all the shirts.
Wear it, love it, enjoy it.
I mean, and for those of you robust gentlemen, such as myself and whatever, if this doesn't apply to you, then sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe next time. I don't know.
Get a sweet Salty Language tattoo.
Yeah. Even better. Nice. Hey, tell you what, even better. I'll tattoo you with the Salty Language font on it.
Nice.
Satisfaction not guaranteed.
If someone gets a Salty Language podcast, I will lightly touch myself while looking at it.
While I'm tattooing it. Like, oh, yeah. Dude, can you back off a little bit? I can feel your heat. Like, I don't need you resting your sack on my shoulder while I'm tattooing.
Like, easy.
Easy. Oh, man. So, yeah, there's that business out of the way.
There is that business.
Do we have any other business to get out of the way, or how's your week, or any of that whatnot?
Oh, well, we got all that stuff. Where do you want to go at?
Wherever. Just spin me around and push me.
How about let me cover the weekend.
Okay.
Because you, sir, missed out on a hell of a time.
Yeah,
unfortunately, for circumstances you couldn't really control.
No, absolutely not. Unfortunately, yeah.
But we went out for Soundboard T's birthday,
right?
And I realized a couple things.
Pretend there's a sound drop of the "Well, happy birthday" or something there.
Yeah, just pretend. Use your imagination.
Yeah, for God's sakes, don't let us do all the work all the time.
Oh, holy shit!
Savages.
All the heavy lifting that goes on.
Right.
Excuse me. But
perfect.
So we went and picked up, T from he was with his brother.
Of course.
And there's one thing I realized walking into this bar, Brian. I have officially become that beer guy.
Okay.
Because we walked in and I was like, maybe I'll get a beer. And I looked at their tap handles and I went, nope.
Let me guess. So it was Budweiser, Coors, no Sam Adams on tap?
No.
Ooh.
They had Yingling, which I thought about, but we ended up leaving.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised.
We had to run for the hills, though, because the whole time we're there, T's brother, he's just trying so hard to get us to do well shots of tequila with him. I don't want to do tequila anyway, let alone a well shot.
No, definitely not.
No. I mean, loved the dude, but he was like, come on, it's his birthday. And both Gene and I are like,
Like, dude, pick something else and sure. Like, yeah. Like, I'll tell you what, if you want to get me to drink tequila, you got to make it a snake bite. That's the only way I think I can do it. Like, the ones that T likes. Right. I can drink them that way, but I really don't want to, because tequila is the naughty.
Tequila is the devil.
It certainly is. There's not many alcohols that I'm like, nope, but that is one that I can't say firmly against, but I try to avoid it at all costs.
Right.
Now, in fairness, on his 30th birthday, when we had, tequila poured in front of us, we were like, okay, but...
Well, I mean, Patron.
Yeah.
There is some exceptions to the rule.
That wasn't tequila also. Plus, it was, you had to then. I mean, the peer pressure alone. Plus, we were like the only two white guys in the radius, so...
Yeah, exactly. I mean, geez, we had to,
We don't want to cause a riot or anything.
Exactly.
I'm kidding. There wouldn't have
been
a riot.
We had to represent white America.
Yeah. Because we did a fine job of that.
Boy, did we.
Yeah. At least we brought beer,
We did.
We brought beer. His mom was like, hey, you guys actually brought something. So we were...
Just the oppression of your people.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, man. Wow, way to turn it real dark there, dude. Dang. Anyway, let's move forward.
But so, we left there and we were going to go to the Shire, which our friends, Tori and Keefe, that's what they call their neighborhood.
Okay.
Due to the name of the road.
Okay.
That's where we eventually ended up the party being. Because they do some crazy summer weekend party.
Yeah.
And it's like all weekend. And people just camp in their yard, and it's insane.
All right. It's weird that their neighbors would be cool with it. I'm sure they invite the neighbors and stuff.
They actually have a pretty big backyard.
They do, really. You're right.
Shockingly big.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I agree. You think their neighbors would be like, you guys suck.
They must have pretty cool neighbors or like, hey, come on over.
Invite them over.
Because when we lived where we used to live, like on one side of me, if we were throwing a party and we were like, yo, come on over, they would have been all for it. The other side, no, she wouldn't have had none of it. What? Boozing and the alcohols? What's next? The marijuana cigarettes?
Someone in there might have TB.
Right?
Yeah.
I still blame you guys for shooting my window out, even though you didn't do it. Anyway, moving on. Moving on.
But so we went to Rockies, which is a great little dive bar.
Okay. I don't think I've been there.
Oh, you never. Oh, you never.
I don't know. I don't think I have. I may have. Sometimes I've been in bars.
You're like, this place is a shithole. Well, but then you look at the tap handles. You're like, all right.
I'm fine with shitholes. I was brought up on those places.
And their pizza is amazing.
Even better.
Yeah.
All right, you sold me. Good beer and pizza.
We're knocking back pints at Rockies. We got a pizza. We're eating. There's it's dead.
I never thought to tell you guys that if if you left the other or depending or whatever to holler at me because I might have been able to join you guys because around 8:30 or so I probably could have joined you guys.
I think the ship had sailed at that point.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but so we're at Rockies knocking back pints and whatnot.
It's
and
tradition, right?
Occasionally, Neil and I will text each other.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm going to take a picture of this beer and send it to him via text message.
Right.
which I sent it to him. And I got a text back like, oh, hey, great, blah, blah, blah. We're podcasting right now. But I'm going to talk about this because I don't know if you listened to the show yet.
I did, yeah.
Okay. So you already know the punchline this story.
Yeah, I do, yeah. Well, so maybe. Neil, I'm assuming I do.
Yeah. So, him and I chat a little bit back and forth, and it comes to find out that his sister's birthday is the same birthday as that day, Soundboard T's birthday.
I'd like to clarify, I wasn't really chatting, it was sexting. But anyway, go ahead. But, Tony sending pictures of bike tires and back bike tires.
Well, of course.
Anyway, yeah.
Like ones that just came out of the mud.
You're a dirty girl. Anyway, move on.
But I'm like, hey, well, make sure you tell your sister we said happy birthday and stuff. And he's like, well, I'll do one better. And I'm like, okay. And then a contact shows up in my text box. He just sent me all her information, which is hilarious. And he's like, feel free to share that with T. So I'm like, all right, here you go. And I walk over. I'm like, T, here's this number. You need to text her happy birthday. We start texting her.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which is fair.
And now, what I don't know is how did you get a response from her?
Eventually.
Okay.
It was hours later.
Well, she was over in London or whatever, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because I just texted her like, hey, Neil told me to say happy birthday, so happy birthday.
Right.
Basically. And then...
Please tell me when T texted her, it was just like, yo, happy birthday, or something like that.
I have no idea what he sent her.
I was just hoping that Neil wasn't mentioned.
What I do know is when I was, the next day, when I was, assessing all the damage I may have caused...
Yeah.
I saw a text from Neil that said, I sure hope you guys are texting her. And I had a text in my box that I never sent to him.
Right.
And just said, we got nothing. But I texted her again at like 11:30, like happy birthday, and then the cake emoticon. I just went cake. and then her and I started chatting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Talking about, I was just like, I'm so drunk. Yeah, it was a
naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were certainly Team Dirk at that point.
And although, given my past behavior when I'm that drunk, it was actually quite a nice conversation.
All right, well, that's fair.
It could have easily
easily to where she's no longer going to Jamaica, or you're no longer allowed to because of reasons.
Because reasons,
yeah, lawyers and restraining orders and such.
So we had a pleasant conversation, which I'm sure cost her probably $132 of the London fees.
One can only hope,
unless she has a sweet cell plan.
Yeah, well, I guess if she chose to partake in the conversation, you can't feel as bad.
That's true.
Because then, you're kind of choosing, unless she didn't know it was costing her that much money, then that would be a problem.
She'll find out.
Yeah.
But I got to backtrack.
All right.
Before we get to the point where I'm drunk texting.
Okay.
So we're like, all right, we got to leave Rockies. We need to go. Boom! I got picked up a couple cigars, and then we went over and went to get some ice.
Yeah,
because we brought a cooler full of beer, but had no ice.
That's not going to happen.
Walk into the place, and the first thing I noticed is they got a stupid sign on the register, minimum of I think it was like $7 credit charge or something.
Yeah,
it's like, and I already spent my cash.
Yeah.
I was like, well, shit.
So
now we got to buy something besides ice.
Yeah.
So wise Tony would have bought coconut water to have on my way home after said party.
Right.
Not so wise Tony bought T and I each a tall boy can of Steel Reserve.
Which your wife documented on her Instagram page.
Yes.
Which made me guffaw. I was like, oh my God. Like, yeah, I'm not
his was like hard pineapple, and I was blackberry. It wasn't blackberry. It was BLK berry.
Right.
Blackberry.
Oh, man. I am not sad I missed that part of the evening.
Yeah. Because I would have bought you one.
Yeah, I know. And I would have drank it, I'm sure, at that point. I'm like,
I told Jeannie this exact. I was like, I'm starting off my night with high alcohol and sugar. This is not going to end well.
Yeah.
And it did not end well.
Yeah, I didn't figure it did because...
it went from Steel Reserve to knocking back old days, which is fine.
That's fine, right?
And then we're past, and it's like Troy and Sox and Keith and T and I, and we're just in a circle passing a Jaeger bottle around.
Oh, God.
Just pulling from the bottle. And then we're past a jar of like blackberry moonshine around.
Oh, that's a terrible idea. Also a great
and then
idea.
It's back to the beers.
Now, here, I have a question to ask. Are we talking like went to the liquor store and bought a bottle of moonshine, or is this something somebody brewed?
No, this is like someone made it.
Oh,
it was
God.
in a mason jar.
Okay. Well,
it tasted like paint thinner.
The stuff at the liquor store is in a mason jar, too. So.
Yeah, no, it looked like a homebrew, and it tasted like garbage.
Well, okay, so yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's a crapshoot at that point. That could be bought.
Also true.
But either way.
But, it was beers, and then we're in the circle passing the Jaeger around again.
Oh, man.
And, there's just food, and I'm like, one of their big things for a party was, everyone bring potatoes, we're making French fries. Because they had a deep fryer out there, which seems dangerous when everyone's drinking.
It sure does. Seems like someone's face or hand may end up in that, or worse.
But I'm sitting here eating like a handful of fries. I'm like, these fries are fucking terrible. and Puff,
Right.
Puff is like, dude, those are raw.
Yeah. I was wondering, I kind of knew where you were going with this because you tweeted some gibberish that was, I kind of was guessing meant that you had eaten raw potatoes.
That's exactly what that meant.
Because it was like raw French fries, not good, fried French fries, really great or something, except that as little sense as I might have made there, I made way more sense in your tweet did.
The best thing I saw the next day was when just Prado responds with, dude, you're wasted.
Yeah. I looked at that and I was like, oh no, Tony's out there in the starting five for Team Dunk for sure.
Oh, man.
It was a mess. I knew you certainly weren't the drive. Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah, she was the drive. Yeah. I was very the drunk.
Yeah.
The drink, I'm sorry.
And
I don't know what time we left.
Yeah.
I know I don't remember taking the cooler to the car.
Yeah.
But I did.
It was probably more of everyone else doing everything else, and Jeannie just get in the car and you're like around.
Well, we went to breakfast. Because she was like, I gotta get food in this guy.
Breakfast.
We went to that My House diner, which is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And I have vague recollections of this. There was some like creepy couple in the corner making out, and they moved to that corner.
Right.
Everyone in there was a ghoul.
Well, they want some privacy. Yeah. Now, real quick, what time? Any idea what time we're talking at this point?
I think 2 to 3 in the morning.
Okay. I knew it was wasn't like 8, 9 the next day. I knew it was still that evening. Yeah. All right.
And I know I ordered like a huge breakfast, a can of pancakes, and I ate everything.
Yeah, well, that's probably, I don't know if that's the best or worst idea you had, but.
And then the next thing I know is my phone's ringing, right?
Uh-huh.
Because I'm in my driveway, my phone's in my lap, and it's ringing. and I'm like, hello? And it's Jeannie. She's like, I'm in bed. Are you coming?
I'm just going to sit here for a minute.
So what ended up happening was we took tea home, and the whole time I'm just
as is tradition.
And then from taking tea home to our house, she's yelling at me the whole time because she's falling asleep because it's so late.
Yeah,
and I'm just out.
Yeah,
right.
Because
we pull in the driveway, and she's like, "Hey, we're home. Let's go to." What do I go? You got to take tea home. She's like, "No, we already did."
Yeah.
Like, you got to take tea home. It's like, no, we already took, we're home. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to rest here for a second.
Right.
And, yeah. And then my phone's ringing.
I'm just going to sit here for a minute. I did that a few years ago and sat there for a while.
Yeah. And I think I woke up at about 10 feeling like death.
Yeah.
And I felt like death till about, 2. I started getting slightly more human.
Yeah, you just needed another big breakfast, that's all.
Oof.
Second breakfast.
Was rough. That was a rough morning.
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah. Luckily for once, T didn't have to work at 8 in the morning the next day.
Well, he was vacation.
Yeah, that's why I said.
He still is.
Yeah, that's why I said luckily for once he didn't have to, because almost every time we've been out drinking with him, I'll be like, oh, you got to work tomorrow? In my almost slurring voice. And 8 in the morning. Like, oh.
To be perfectly honest, my whole goal was just to catch like a nice little buzz and smoke a cigar of tea and celebrate his birthday.
Right. Well, when you start passing Jaeger and moonshine around, that'll train wreck you pretty quick, I would think.
Well, I mentioned, because we brought a bottle of Jaeger Spice. I'm like, hey, I got a bottle of Jaeger Spice for T's,
Really?
Jaeger shots.
You had a bottle to take, huh?
Yeah, because, Yeah, believe it or not. Yeah. And then Keith's like, whoa. And he pulled one out of the freezer that was so cold it had ice crystals in it.
Right.
And it just went down way too smooth.
Well, it'll do that, especially if you've already started with something else. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, that was...
what a terrible idea that is.
It was something, all right.
It's the equivalent of just doing shots, really. You know, you're just passing
it. Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't even know how much, because we're just pouring it out.
Well, that's what I'm saying is you're just like...
face.
Yeah, you're just like, boom, pass it, boom, yeah. Ooh.
We're playing Cards Against Humanity, and it's hilarious, because Jeannie's sober. And I get a text from her. It was a picture of the Smegma card. and the text was just, I don't think I could play this card because reading. There are some people that have some real issues reading the cards.
Yeah. That's the only problem with Cards Against Humanity.
I don't think it was because they were drunk either.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
She's like, I think I might be too smart for these people.
Yeah, that'll happen once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I say...
Although I wish I could remember his name, but there was some other like ginormous black dude there that it ended up being him, T, and I just bullshitting in the yard for a while.
Right.
I don't remember his name. It started with a T, though, because we're all like, hey, 3 T's. But his hat, he had a hat on, it just said, fucking is my cardio. That really made my night.
Right, I bet it did. I'm surprised there's not a picture of you with his hat on at some point.
You know what? That would have been ideal.
I don't even mean stealing it. Just be like, yo, let me borrow that hat for a minute. Yeah. You know?
It's true.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that because of the Jaeger and such that you went right past Raccoon in a blaze of glory. Like
I don't think. I mean, besides raw potatoes, I didn't get into anything.
Yeah. Okay. So the raw potatoes would be the Raccoon moment, and then you were probably team drink from that point on.
I mean, it was Yeah.
It
was over quick. I do know that.
You show up wearing whatever you do. Part way through the night, you put the Raccoon costume on, get some raw potatoes. Then you take that off, put the team drink jersey on, and you're just getting assists and shooting baskets the rest of the night.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it. Ooh.
Yeah, it was a shit show, my friend.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. That's exactly what I expected it to be. That's a typical T birthday for you. Shit show.
Yeah, you got that right.
We seem to go way beyond like normal on his birthdays, I've noticed. I don't know why that is.
Yeah, I don't know why that is.
Yeah. I mean, at least this time it didn't end up with him in a hospital.
Well, that's true.
So, there's that.
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed. I missed it. All I can say is we're just going to have to reenact all of this at some point. I don't know if we'll get a chance anytime soon to just go and drink a lot. I can't picture any time that could happen. He says
or all the times we need.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a oof. Yeah.
Right on.
But, had fun. That's all that really matters.
Man. And that was just the weekend.
Plus, it was kind of good seeing the guys from the Bachelor weekend that we haven't seen.
Aside from
forever.
Keith, yeah. Keith's the only one I've seen since of those other guys. So, yeah.
Yeah, because I think it was like everybody that was there except for like Don and Jeremy.
Yeah.
Was there.
Right.
So, yeah.
And me and Show, yeah.
Well, yeah. I assumed you meant you and Show too, right? But yeah, it was good seeing those guys. It's been a while. They're fun to hang out with. That's what actually Jeannie was saying. She's like, I had more fun talking to the guys than their girlfriends.
I don't think I've ever met any. Well, I mean, because a lot of those guys was the first time I met them was when we went to the bachelor party. So I have no knowledge of their women folk, other than I think one or two of them may have shown me a picture that had their woman in the picture also.
Right.
Like while we were out just being hooligans.
Well, you'll have that.
Yeah, it's just call it what it is,
The old hooligans.
Mm-hmm. All right, so
that was my Saturday and Sunday.
Right. So what else you got? Because my week pretty much, I can sum my week up pretty quickly, and that's with all the weather coming through here. I've been pretty much like traumatized by sinus pressure and headaches and such all week. So I've been.
That sounds like a great time.
I spent most of Sunday and Monday pretty much lying in bed because my headaches were so intense. So that was great.
Wow. Lovely.
An amazing time. I pretty much got up to put the podcast up on Sunday. That was about all I did. Because, I don't want it late.
Well, my kids are out of school this week.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And we went to Logan's graduation because his school, because it's a small school.
Yeah.
There's only 10 eighth graders.
Right.
You know, so all the kids got to do speeches, and he nailed his.
Right.
You could tell he was nervous, but he didn't sound nervous.
Like he gets up. It'd be great if he just got up there and just like read someone else's speech. You know.
That would, well, I give him credit because he tried to put some comedy in there, but he plowed through the pauses you need to make it funny.
That's all right. Yeah.
And I called him on it. He's like, "Yeah, I know."
You're like, "Come on, man, you got to leave the laugh break."
But the thing that creeped me out is he had this big mop top on over the weekend.
Uh-huh.
It was Saturday morning, and I'm like, we're gonna get your goddamn haircut.
Yeah.
So I took him to the barber shop, and he's old enough; he can just do whatever.
Right. Cedric the Entertainer was his barber. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. They had told some good stories.
Yep.
But and then we're at Anderson's grocery shop. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta take a picture of you so I can send it to Mom. So your hairdo.
Right.
And I snapped a picture, and I'm looking at my phone. And he looks like a fucking man.
Yeah. When I saw
really
that,
creeped me out.
It's funny because I saw that and I was like, and I'm trying to think. I don't want this to sound bad, but it's like now that the kid's got a decent haircut on him, he looks like a man rather than a confused teenager.
Like some mop top kid.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't mean any. I don't mean anything bad by that.
Exactly how I felt. I looked at the picture and I went, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
Because it wasn't in context until I saw it on my phone.
Right.
For some reason, I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
it's
because
it's separation of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say because you see him with your eyes all the time, so it's a little different, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah, because he had he just had a pullover on at that point.
Yeah, he just like a hoodie on.
Yeah,
and
I was thinking of the picture Jeannie took of him with where he had the button down and the tie and everything.
Oh right,
but
yeah, it's crazy though.
Yep.
But the one thing that's
that much closer to booting him out. No, I mean,
God damn.
Yeah.
No, when the kids are out of school though, basically it's the death of my weeknights.
Yeah, I imagine
because it's like there's a couple days I go to my in-laws, so I usually got to pick them up, and then if Jeannie's working, I'm like get home and I got to make dinner. It's like I have just like no time.
Yeah.
And the first couple weeks is always fucking stressful.
Yeah, I imagine so. And
trying to adjust that shit.
And especially, because with you guys not being the types to, just feed your kids like chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese for dinner all the time,
right.
There's actually got to be work involved in cooking. So,
yeah, believe it or not, shocking, I know.
Right, or grabbing fast food on the way home from, grandma's or whatever. Yeah, it's
and plus
I'm not
I
knocking anybody
to take them there.
Yeah, yep.
Like, because normally I leave like 1:45 to go to work, and I got to leave like 7:30, 7:20. It's like, geez.
Is that how you ended up at Nick and Jimmy's the other day?
Well, that was because they had principal's breakfast.
Uh huh.
If you get like a certain amount of whatever, you get to go in early and have breakfast with other kids and the principal.
Right.
And anytime that happens, I don't have time for me to eat breakfast, so I take them to school, I go eat Nick and Jimmy's, and then I go to work.
All right, fair enough. I was
so it's
wondering,
like a couple times a year I get to do that.
Right, because like I saw you and I was like, that's weird, because normally I know you're generally the type you make breakfast at home, and so I was like, well, that's odd, and I was like, he must have had to do something, and was like, well, I got time for.
That's the reason.
Yeah. Because I appreciated your, how you posted about how your brain was telling you to get a Bloody Mary.
Yeah, well, it was that, and I was about ready to leave, and I looked at the tap handles because I can't help it.
Right.
And there was a sharpshooter IPA I haven't had yet from Great Lakes. And I was like, I didn't know they had that on tap.
Got to add that to your wish list on Untappd.
Yeah, I know.
It gives you a reason to go back when you're, Well,
not ready to go to work.
You should have just asked for one anyway. Just be like, "Come on, man, I got to go to work. Let me."
Dude, if it would have been earlier, I might have considered it.
It's where you could sit there for a few minutes afterward.
Because I was going to say little kegs and eggs,
Right. Well, yeah, because I don't, until you see it or whatever, you wouldn't know how necessarily how strong it is. I guess you could look it up on
one beer's not going to.
Well, I'm just meaning more along the line of for. You don't want anything that actually could impair you. It shouldn't, but...
Yeah, I'll be fine.
You're used to just IV and coffee at that part of the day.
Yeah, that's well, I was hammering coffee. Dude, I had a big old plate of chorizo, sriracha sausage, eggs, and tortillas, and salsa.
Right.
And like 3 cups of coffee, and it cost me $7 with tip.
Right.
I mean, it's like, you can't go... Why are people lining up at McDonald's,
I have no idea. It's honestly
I could sit there and chat with the bartender who remembers me for some reason.
Well,
I'm not there that early in the morning very often. I walked in, she's like, "Oh, hey, it's been a long time." I was like, "Whoa, that's weird." Good memory, I guess.
It's like, is that a good or a bad thing?
I don't know. I mean, I guess the last time I was in there, I probably had a yard of beard on my face, too.
That's true. That's true, yeah.
Yeah. Huh. She remembers, though.
Yeah, she's seen your current most wanted photo.
Exactly.
Whoa.
She saw my ISIS employee of the month photo.
No, yeah. Wait, how did she see it?
She's surfing the wrong website.
Well, damn kids these days getting twisted around on the social medias.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, man. So what else did you do this week? Anything else? Or?
For some reason, I've been on, like last week we covered this, I've been on a documentary kick.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But randomly, towards the end of the week, I popped on the TV and BBC was showing that Planet Earth series.
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh, God. I watched like half an episode. And I was like, I forgot how cool this was. Well, it's on Netflix. So I've been powering through Planet Earth again.
Right.
Just because nature is the shit.
Right. That's just it, folks. There's no joke there. It's just, yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna, talk about, the albino crab in the caves of whatever,
Not on this podcast. Not until we launch Planet Earth Cast.
That's right. It's the companion podcast for the Planet Earth show.
Naturally. That's what we're going to start doing. We're just going to start doing podcasts that are companion podcasts to documentaries or series that have been out for a while. That's just all we're going to do.
How funny that would be.
Yeah. That's just it. Well, people are doing it all the time. I've seen a variety of them for like Batman the Animated Series and The Simpsons and like where they're just starting on the series. I saw one not too long ago that was The Simpsons, and they're on like season 2 of The Simpsons. And I'm like, holy shit, you got like 40 years of TV to cover for this podcast.
I don't think I can get behind a podcast like that.
I couldn't for some of the shows. Batman the Animated Series, I am more than willing to get on and talk about, because that means I'm probably going to go back and watch them again,
Well, if you could get on and talk about it, yeah, but I'm talking about listening.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay, I like Batman the Animated Series, but if I want to watch, I don't know, I can't think of an episode off the top of my head, like season 1, episode 4, I'm going to watch it. I don't want to listen to a podcast about people that watched it.
That's kind of my thing. The only difference I would say is if you had people that were involved in the creative process or something.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's any commentary. I'm trying to think in the seasons I have of it. I don't think there's actual commentary on the episodes.
That was going to be my thing, unless it was like a riff tracks kind of situation.
Right. Now, see, that's my thing with The Simpsons is each season of The Simpsons that's on DVD has a full commentary on every episode, or at least on the seasons I have. And I have, 1 through 13 and the 20th season, because they put that out of order.
That's retarded.
Yeah, well, and they're done making them.
Simpsons.
They only put out through season, was it 14 or 15, and they just announced that they're not making any more because they said basically DVDs are dead. And I'm like, here's my issue. The cable company that I have, there's a cap on streaming and stuff, basically. You'll use your data up. And if I just sit here and stream The Simpsons all the time, as I may do from time to time, I would burn up my usage in no time. Because like I said, I broke down what I can get. I can watch Netflix or any streaming service about 4 hours a day. Any more than that, I'm going to go over my limit. That's where my cap is.
I wanted to go do a flying frickin' Kung Fury kick at my son 2 days ago.
That's fair.
Because we have the same internet provider. We also have a data cap.
Yep.
And I walk by his room and I look in and he's online playing Xbox Live, which is fine because he asked if he could play Xbox Live. Sure. That's fine.
All right.
His Chromebook is open next to him, and he's watching YouTube at the same time.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, whoa, time out.
Like one or the other here, kid.
I'm like, if you're going to watch YouTube, watch YouTube. If you're going to play Xbox, do Xbox. You're not doing both.
Right. The only exception, I'll say it like for myself, is, once in a while I'll get stuck in a game and I'll watch a YouTube video, and then I'll go back to playing the game.
That's not what he was doing.
Yeah. Sexy
because he's fascinated by watching other people play video games. So he had one, like Cutie Pie or whatever douche has these videos. And he's watching them play Minecraft or whatever while he's playing like Skyrim.
Yeah. It's like,
I wanted to seriously do like an exploder kick through his Chromebook.
Right. Yeah, because like with me, I listen to podcasts while I play games, but I don't. I'm not watching podcasts or watching TV or something.
Well, and then unless you're probably not streaming, it's probably already been downloaded.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's really no reason to stream it when I'm sitting in my room. I can just play right off of iTunes instead of streaming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you, because it burns through your data cap, and it's like, I know I can improve my data cap and stuff, but because like they have all the episodes of The Simpsons are on the FX app or FXX app, whatever the hell it is, and you can watch all the Simpsons episodes that way. I think you can do it on their website too, and that's fine. But like a lot of times when I'm falling asleep, I'll throw a DVD of like Family Guy in, and I'll just keep hitting play all on the thing, and I do that.
I have a solution to this. If you want to watch all the Simpsons,
okay.
It's only going to cost you, like, say, $12.
Okay.
Well, it depends on how many things you order. You take your device, you go to Starbucks, you get yourself a nice Cool Lime refresher.
Right.
You log on to their Wi-Fi.
So there's the $12. Okay.
Well, I was thinking multiple Cool Limes, so that's like 3 giant ones.
Yeah, I was like
$12.
If I get the size I normally get, it's like $4.70 or $4.80 or something like that. So
there you go.
And just sit there and watch that. Yeah. Well, the problem is they're probably not going to like me, like, sleeping in Starbucks.
That's probably true.
Yeah. Like I said, a lot of times, like what I do with Family Guy or American Dad or The Simpsons is I'll just put the DVD in and I'll hit play all, and I fall asleep to it usually. And then if I wake up again, I'll do the same thing. And, if I'm having trouble sleeping. And if I stream and do that, like say through Hulu or Netflix or something along those lines, the problem is that every time I'm doing that, I'm pulling from that data cap, so I can't do that because, like I said, there's I broke it down to like 4 hours a day, and I stream enough stuff that I'm usually sitting, and I'm not the only person using it in this house. Yeah. I'm the primary one using it, but I'm not the only one. My sister watches a lot of YouTube stuff, so we get really close quite a few times. And,
YouTube's been pissing me off lately, too.
All right.
It's not YouTube. Let me clarify.
It's MeTube. See what I did? It's not you. It's me. Yeah, anyway, go ahead.
It's my shitty and a very brat-phased daughter right now.
No, that'll
happen. She's at that age, you know?
Yeah.
And I like pull up. I was like, all right, let me see if any of those. I don't follow many channels on YouTube. Mm-hmm. I'm like, let me see if anyone's posted a new video.
I've got to be one of the people who used YouTube like the least. I follow a decent amount of things, but I never go check on them and never watch them. I generally only watch YouTube stuff when someone forwards it to me.
I use it decently, but it's like I check it maybe once a week for my subscription stuff, but I use it more for like
how to.
Hey, what's a review for this?
Oh,
or how do I fix this?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I need to see it.
I use it as a how-to guide quite a bit.
Yeah. Or sometimes I'll do it for music, too. If I'm in the shower, I'll throw my phone in like a cup and then just put on a random playlist.
Right.
That's
I
cool.
just love the idea of your phone in a cup.
Yeah. Drinking out of cups.
Nice.
But
make sure you don't get
so I pull up my pull up my YouTube app, and it's like, here's recommended videos for you. And it's all shit I would never watch.
Right.
I'm like, something is afoot here.
Right.
So I look at my history, and it's all these videos of like Five Nights at Freddy meets Frozen. What's else? It's all this shit.
Right.
And I'm like,
So I'm guessing the kids use, or at least she uses, like your account to watch stuff.
Clearly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you guys.
She hasn't admitted to it yet.
Okay. Fair enough. I didn't know if you guys Logan, like shared an account or what. So.
Well, Logan has his own YouTube account because him and his buddy make weird Minecraft videos.
Yeah, go figure. Yeah.
But so this morning, I'm like, hey, Leah, I need you to stop using my YouTube account because you're really messing up things on it.
Right.
And I'm like, you're watching this. And she's like, that's not me.
Tony.
And it turned into a whole thing because she won't admit that it's her.
I would like you to just finally come clean and admit that it's you watching the Frozen stuff.
And maybe when I was Jaegered up, who knows?
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Like when you're drunk, you like it's like you're having a Tyler Durden kind of thing. You live in like a totally different life.
I'd feel like a real dick because we really got into it this morning too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess at least it's not something bad,
No, I mean, there's a couple videos that are questionable for sure.
Fair enough, right?
That I'm like, I'm like, you shouldn't probably be watching this one.
Right.
But that's probably why she won't admit it. And every day I'm going to be like, I'm just going to give her shit until she finally, because it's honestly, if she would have been like, yeah, that was me, sorry. it would have been fine and
right,
over.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be talking about it right now.
Right, yeah, exactly.
But since it turned into a whole thing.
Well, yeah, because now it's not about the YouTube thing, it's about the lying.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that's the problem. It always is. It's I mean, same as when we were kids. It was the same thing. How much trouble do we get into because you lie instead? Because you're thinking I'll get out of trouble, but you'd just probably be in less if you just told the truth.
Exactly.
It's like a cop pulls you over and says, "Hey, you've been drinking." It's like the more you lie to him, the deeper you're probably burying yourself versus just going, "Yeah, I had a couple."
Right.
100.
Yeah, I've been drinking, officer. Out of your mom's box. Squeal out there. Good shot.
Naturally. Nah, you're white. You're fine.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And there.
I mean, I'm sorry. Squeal out of there. Get away with it.
Right. I was going to say, and thus concludes the political commentary part of this week's Salty Language. Oh, man. I'm just picturing you, having a sit down somewhere, like, I'm going to watch some YouTube. Let's see what's recommended. Frozen.
Well, that's kind of what it was. Because, occasionally if there's nothing on my feed and I'm just like if I'm in the can or whatever, right. And I want to pull up some YouTube, I'm not like, I'm going to search out this.
Right.
I'll just look at the recommendations, something might catch my eye.
Yeah, I was going to say, either you do that or you jump into, like, Reddit and find good YouTube's videos or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, when I saw that, I was like, what the holy hell is going on here?
The best part will be when you look at the uploads and you start seeing yourself, like, doing commentary on the Frozen videos, and you're like, I don't remember ever doing that.
Like, oh, my God.
I've got a real drinking problem.
One of those beer helmets on, but it's full of whiskey bottles.
Yeah. Naturally. Can't be gin, because gin makes a man mean.
It's true.
So I hear.
My God, Brian.
What?
All right. Construction helmet, beer helmet thing with 2 beer can holders, right?
All
right, picture it.
All right.
You have one side has the bottle of scotch.
Right.
The other side has the bottle of amaretto. It's a Godfather helmet.
Yes.
Oh, man.
It's almost a Godfather helmet. You still need the... Well, I guess maybe you could put the other things in the bottle to flavor them.
Oh, no, Godfather's just
Oh, that's right. You're right. I'm thinking of old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. That would be devastating.
It's time to class up these bitches, No more of these construction helmets with beer.
Well, what the hell would it be? It would be like a polo helmet?
I don't even know. What would a Godfather wear? I mean, other than some sort of pompadour.
A sweet fedora?
Well, maybe. But I don't really want to wear a fedora with...
No.
Nah.
Plus, it has to be something sturdy enough to hold up whiskey bottles.
Yeah. Maybe I just have a couple of goons stand behind me holding the bottles.
Yes, that's perfect.
Yeah. That's how we'll do it. All right, fair enough.
Get a couple of strippers from the Bada Bing.
Yeah, that'll work too. I was just thinking of, your bodyguards, but that'll work. Either way. Yeah. They have to be similar in height, though, because, for gravity's sake and whatever. I don't want one pouring, gravity pulling quicker than the other or something.
That's true. You don't want to fuck up the ratio.
Right. Horatio? Shit. I don't even know Horatio.
Horatio Sands?
Oh, boy.
I guess I got one more thing before we get into, news of the week.
All right.
Is the book club. Seems to be going fine.
Does it? I keep forgetting to check.
Well, download the app, you son of a bitch.
Ah, that's what I forgot to do last week. Here, I'll do it while we're talking. All right, keep going. We got people in. We got a book list formed. We're still waiting on, I think, Jeannie to put her books in the book list. Have you put yours in your... yeah, you did. Yeah, I put the one I'm still reading.
Because Henno suggested one today. So, yeah, we're just about ready to... Actually, maybe do some sort of weird book club.
I don't like it.
So if you're interested in joining, email me at Salty Language Book Club.
Or don't, whatever.
Or don't, exactly.
Be a jerk. It's cool.
I think I've just had more fun just, chatting with people in the hangout, to be honest.
That'll happen, too. But that's fine, though. I mean, because, that can be part of it. It's,
exactly.
I do appreciate, the talk Henno had in there about the audiobooks. That was a really interesting point.
I think that was Doug.
Was that Doug? I thought it was Henno from when they did Moving the Needle. That talk no about not doing audiobooks because it doesn't have the same feel. Like certain things.
I'd have
like
to go back and look at the chat.
Anyway, I don't want to get too much into it. I don't want to pull the curtain back so far.
Exactly. We don't want to invite all these savages into our book club.
Well, actually, we do.
Well, yeah, but I mean, not without them first emailing me.
Well, they're savages until they join the book club. Then they become enthusiasts.
That's true.
Right, of the book club. Because there's various levels of enthusiasm with an enthusiast with this program. So,
that's true.
Each level you commit to adds to your...
The font gets fancier.
Careful. I don't want to have to do any more work than I already have to do.
Until the E is like one of those big ornate E's in like an oldie time book.
Right. Like the ones that start the book, like where it says once
like
upon
in
a time.
In a box, there's like a dragon fucking it or something.
Ours will for sure.
Oh, yeah.
The dragon will be having its way with it like crazy.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Good shit. Oh, you know what? I have one other piece of business.
A little Daenerys Targaryen on its back.
Careful. I don't want to give too much away.
What?
Damn you, sperm and things. I have one more piece of business from last week I forgot about.
Oh, all right.
Like hours after we recorded our show, when we were like, blah, blah, Jason Statham is Bullseye, apparently he backed out because the internet found out. So now It's going around that he's no longer interested in the role, which could all just be red herring and misdirection, but,
It's true.
Yeah. I was like, why would you back out just because the internet found out? It's like, dude,
the internet finds out about everything.
Yeah, I was like, what age do we live in, It's not the age of Aquarius, that's for sure. But... I don't know
that song's kind of in my head.
I know, sorry.
Ugh.
I hope it's in everyone's
Son of a
head.
Bitch.
Oh, man. So, I wanted to cover that. So, apparently that's all changed now, but whatever.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I just wanted to update on, like I said, it was funny because we recorded, and then, like, just a couple hours later, I saw the post on, I forgot what show it was, or not show, like IGN or somebody had it, and I was like, oh, geez. I almost went in and just put a thing in our show. Like just did a little editing. It was like, scratch that. It's right out.
You just add not into it.
Yeah.
Jason Statham was not Bullseye.
So, it still could happen because I'm sure it could happen. Did you see? Well, anyway, we'll get into that in the new stuff. I wanted to do a quick break here because, I want to throw something into the break before we come back.
A little bit of a news whip coming up.
Yep. So, with that, we'll be back in a minute. Enjoy whatever it is I put here.
Enjoy your breaks. I got nothing.
Yeah.
American dream. He's just a common man, working hard with his hands. He's just a common man, working hard for the man. Hey, he's American.
We back, bitches.
We sure are. We sure are. Now, if you listen to the music in the break, you might be like, why would they play that aside from, loving Dusty Rhodes' The American Dream? Son of a plumber.
This would be the perfect time for sad Hulk music.
It would. It would. Damn it. Except that, news came down today that The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, has passed away at age 69.
Dude.
Because that's what we do, yeah. And for those who aren't old-timey wrestling fans like us, this probably means absolutely nothing to you. But if you've watched wrestling over the years, you either know Dusty or you know his son Dustin, who was Goldust, or his other son, Cody, who is now Stardust.
Or his other son, who's a real estate agent.
Right. Wait.
Dusty Rhodes Realty.
You're right, naturally. Grandson of a plumber.
Because owning a house is the American dream.
Yeah. Yes. That's perfect. Oh, man. Dusty was always weird to me because, as a kid watching him, I was like, how is this, fat guy, up there with guys that are, Hulk Hogan and these other guys who are, in actual shape? But then you actually watch him and what he did in the ring, and aside from the fat factor of the whole thing, Dusty Rhodes was actually a pretty good athlete for his size, and actually knew how to tell a story in the ring and everything, and that's why he was employed after his wrestling career was over by a variety of WWE, WCW, and other side promotions and stuff, as a booking agent and such that helped them sculpt their shows. Because, he had such a good... Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of really weird stuff that came out of Dusty Rhodes. I think he might be responsible for the Shockmaster.
You son of a bitch.
But he was, definitely a very well-respected individual in the squared circle and out of it, I guess, So
he's got some great pictures on Google. I'm sitting there scrolling through them, and
another one that
wowzer.
Especially if you're into wrestling, go back and hit up the YouTubes for some of his promos. He does some real good promos, and man, some of his old ones where he wore some of the most ridiculous things in his interviews.
Right.
You had Ric Flair dressing in the finest of suits and, custom made this and that. And then you had Dusty Rhodes looking like he was some reject from a disco for most of his thing. It was just
exactly
floppy
he
hats
lived behind the disco in the alley.
It was, but he owned it. He owned every second of it. So
exactly.
Yeah.
I wonder how he felt about Goldust and his gold gimmick rubbing his junk on people.
Honestly, given how into the business he was probably
loved it.
Yeah, probably hey, whatever gets you over one way or the other. It's that old whether they're booing or clapping, that's the job, is to create some sort of an emotion and get people tied to a character.
Right.
So
fair enough.
Yeah. So there you go.
R.I.P. big man.
Today was the death of the American Dream.
Among other things.
Yeah. And the news and the hits keep rolling, Tony.
Yeah. Also died today was Christopher Lee. Sir Christopher Frank Caradani Lee. God damn it, he was a knight.
Obviously.
Holy shit, he was 6'5"? He was a big boy.
Yeah.
No wonder he's a knight. You need to have all that height for that broadsword.
Damn right.
Yeah.
I don't think you actually get broadswords, do you? Because if so, I kind of want to be knighted now so I can get a broadsword.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah. Licensed to
use it.
But,
he's probably best known for his, Saruman and Darth, whatever the fuck from the prequels.
Darth, whatever the fuck.
I don't remember what Darth that was.
I can't
Count
think of his name.
Dooku wasn't even a Darth.
Yeah,
I'm a dickhead.
I know. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. He was also known, because he did a lot of horror movies.
Yes.
Over the years, he's been in a lot of movies.
He's been, he has 281 actor credits. Whoa, what's in this water, guys?
I know.
The only thing he probably, he was in a ton of shit.
Yeah. And how old was he? 95, I think?
95.
Yeah. So, man, he kicked Death's ass for a long time with that broadsword.
I gotta go backwards to find out what his first credit was.
Not to mention, we've played some of his Christmas metal on this show before, and so at the end of the show, I'm gonna find some random thing because he's been putting out like metal albums for the last
Charlemagne. I think was the name of the fucking band, if I remember right.
He's been putting out metal albums like forever, so we'll throw a little taste of that at the end of the show for you to enjoy it.
Let's see here. Well, he has a couple soundtrack credits.
Oh, really?
He has on The Return of Captain Invincible, Evil Midnight, and Name Your Poison. He did do he was in the original Wicker Man. He did some of that shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good, clean fun.
Well, that's why I said. I mean, and as you backed up with the number there, he's been in a ton of
stuff. Dude, his acting career started in 1946.
Wow. Jeez.
And went till, this year.
That's a pretty good run, no? That's almost 70 years.
Yeah, that's
next
insane.
year would have been 70 years on that. Holy biscuits. Yeah. That is crazy.
That is insane.
Yeah. That is certainly a long, long run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too bad he had that sick ass voice.
I know, right?
Something like that.
I'm pretty sure. I was like, oh my God, he's back.
Oh my God, he's back from the dead. It's crazy.
Because I know it's not a sound clip because, we don't have a soundboard.
It's just true. Certainly don't.
Right? Man. Yeah, so, man. I totally missed that. I saw Dusty Rhodes died, and I totally missed that Christopher Lee died also. So, pretty rough day.
Crazy,
man.
right?
What's going on? I don't like this.
I wonder now who else died today that's going to get completely overshadowed.
Yeah, because there's
by
always
Christopher
that
Lee in The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
Come on, Google.
Right, because the only way that they're topping that is if like Betty White kicks off today or something,
Right.
And if she does, I'm in no way affiliated with her death.
Well, I love just Googling who died today.
Wow.
And it gives me stuff.
Man. Because I got a feeling most people aren't going to... They probably didn't have Christopher Lee in their death pool because you're not going to get a lot of points for someone who's 95,
Well, he done the arts of black magic. I mean...
Yeah.
I would have thought he would have been fine.
Yeah, you'd think so. Well, maybe they're gearing up for a fight or something. I don't know.
He's more powerful in death.
Right, obviously.
Obviously.
Wait a minute. I don't think it works that way when you're on the Sith side.
No? I don't think so.
I think that's only when you're a Jedi that you get more power.
I was talking about more like his dark wizardry.
Oh, well, then in that case, then. Oddly enough, aren't they the Sith and dark wizardry?
Yeah, it's very hand in hand, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah, and then he's Saruman, so once again, dark wizard. I don't. What is going on?
Let's see here. Ornette Coleman died today.
He wasn't even acting. He was just playing himself in those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like this is going nowhere fast.
It sure is. Robert Pumpkinhead Diaz died today.
Oh, yeah.
No, he died Tuesday morning. I'm sorry.
That was that rapper, I believe, right?
It was.
Yeah, I remember reading about that.
Now, this website is bullshit.
Okay.
It's called Tributes.com. It has recent celebrity deaths.
Yeah.
Okay. You got Christopher Lee, you got Ornette Coleman, you got Ron Moody, right? Okay, well, where the fuck is the American Dream Dusty Rhodes?
Seriously.
This website is bullshit.
I immediately call shenanigans if you don't have Dusty Rhodes on your website.
Son of a bitch.
A sad day in America when the American Dream can't get on your Tributes website.
Oh, this is a horrible website.
You should send him something about it.
Dude, you know what the catchphrase for his website is?
What?
Because every life has a story. Fuck off.
Ugh. All right, let's move on. Let's see. What else do we have here?
More death and destruction?
No, I don't have... Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how you look at it.
Okay, cool.
Marvel has cast their Punisher for Daredevil Season 2.
Oh, yeah, I saw the guy, but I don't recognize the guy.
It's, where's his name? John Bernthal, who was Shane on The Walking Dead, early seasons. Oh, wait, spoilers. he was on, I forgot, first couple seasons or something like that. He was on the show. And, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I see it, but I'm kind of, I don't know.
Not quite feeling it.
I don't know who the Punisher would be that I want, considering that a lot of the guys who've been the Punisher were like, you know, like I know Tom Hardy said he'd love to play the role and different stuff, but, you know, then he's just going to sound like Bane, so I don't know how much of that I want. But
I guess he's kind of got that Frank Castle look.
Yeah, that's why I said I kind of see it, but
I don't like his big dopey ears, though.
Well, tough shit. Get used to the big dopey ears. It's interesting, though, because you got to believe that by casting him in Daredevil, that if there were to be a Punisher show, that they're probably going to look for somebody that can be that guy, because all this stuff is connected.
Right.
You know, each of these aren't standalone shows. They all have, you know, that connectability to them. So I'm curious about that, because I don't know. It seems to be that, you know, much like a lot of stuff, I keep looking through various forums and comments things to see how people react to it, and it seems really divided. Like, very much a, you know, like, ugh, or awesome. And I don't know if the awesome is more because Punisher is going to be in Daredevil, or if it's because this guy is going to be Punisher. But, yeah, we'll see. They also unveiled...
Here's some trivia, Brian, that people put on IMDb that's Punisher-related already for this guy.
Excellent.
He is the first live-action actor to portray Frank Castle / the Punisher, who was born after the character was created.
Okay.
Crickets.
So all the other guys who played the Punisher were born before the character was created, is what they're
apparently
saying? Wow, that's great trivia, because anyone will give a fuck.
And he's the first American-born actor in 12 years to portray Frank Castle / the Punisher in a live-action adaptation.
Okay.
Cricket.
Yeah, that's like duh. All right.
Cricket. What's his face born? The other guy.
What's his face? Thomas Jane?
Yeah, what is he, Canadian or something?
Shit, I don't remember where he's born. Don't you have IMDb right there?
Maybe.
You're on the website that gives you the best answer, and you're asking me. Like, my brain's going to work like that.
Because, I mean, we all know where Dolph was born. In that abomination of a Punisher movie.
Awesome Land.
Fuck yeah. Genius Shredded Land guy.
Yeah, right. The one place I wish I could be reincarnated.
Like, what the fuck is it? What are they even talking about, that trivia? Maybe, is the Punisher movies with Thomas Jane really over 12 years old? They can't be. Because the thing says he's the first American in 12 years to play.
Okay.
Thomas Jane was born in Baltimore.
Well, he was the first Punisher of the newer ones. The second was Ray, I can't think of the guy's name.
Sabretooth.
Yes, but I can't think of the guy's name.
Yeah, I don't remember his name either.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm typing in Sabretooth, and there's a movie called Captain Sabretooth and the Treasure of the Llama Rama.
Wow, that sounds like something we should watch.
Sick as fuck.
Just type in Punisher War Journal. Or not War Journal, Warzone, or whatever the second movie was called.
Yeah, but I'm really interested in Captain Sabretooth.
All right. Well, understandable. Can we get a copy of that to watch? Because I kind of want to watch that now.
Punisher Warzone. I guess it came out in 2008.
That's the second one. So
yeah, I'm saying that's a possibility.
What's the guy's name?
2004.
That's
still not 12 years.
No.
Oh, by the time it comes out, it'll be
okay.
Like a bunch of shitheads.
So who was the guy in the second Punisher? What was his
name?
Ray
Stevenson.
Thank you. Okay.
This fellow was
just needed to
born in Lisbon, Ireland.
That I knew. Well, I didn't know Lisbon, but I knew he was born in Ireland.
He's an Irish boy.
Fair enough. So is there more trivia, or can we just put the bullets in our head now?
Do you want Ray Stevenson trivia?
Probably not, but let's go.
Let's see here.
It's going to make some comment about him being on Rome, right?
It's another Punisher-related one.
Oh, good.
Is the third actor to play Punisher in a living motion picture. All three actors that played the Punisher are of a different nationality.
Oh, really?
The first one is Dolph, Swedish, which I actually thought he was... I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Second, Thomas Jane, right? Yeah, we already covered all this shit.
Right.
He has a passion for art, Brian, especially watercolor painting.
Well, who doesn't? That's why him and I are pals.
Yeah.
We trade watercolor portraits. Hashtag art swap. Yeah.
Exactly. The rest of his trivia is pretty much bullshit.
Right, fair enough.
Yeah. Sorry, Ray Stevenson, you're out.
Well, how about
Unless
this?
You want to come on the show and be interviewed,
one last bit of Punisher trivia. Pull up Thomas Jane and let's see what they got for him.
All right.
See if there's any Punisher trivia for Thomas Jane.
There better well goddamn be.
I know.
Son of a bitch. And
I really wish
stuff.
I wish he would do the role because I really liked him as Punisher.
Thomas Jane is Punisher.
But I believe he came out like immediately and was like, "Yeah, I don't want to be part of the Punisher." I think Tom Hardy was the only person openly like, "Gimme, gimme, gimme."
Right.
But then they just went the other way. Tom Hardy'd probably be a pretty good Punisher, but it's all right. This guy might be fine. Who knows? I don't know. I didn't care for him on Walking Dead, but that doesn't make him good or bad as the Punisher,
Holy fuck balls. He's got a lot of trivia. All
right, well, let's skip it then.
Punisher trivia.
There we go. That's what we're looking for.
Gained a significant amount of muscle to fill. Okay, that's great.
Well, yeah.
He put on like 20 to 40 pounds of muscle.
Nice.
To be the Punisher. Which, you got to do because Punisher's shredded.
Word.
Yeah, I can't go. Who enters this shit?
I just like how violent you're getting over this.
Well, just because some of it's just nonsense.
Okay. Like, give us an example. I
can't. Like, graduated from Thomas Sprigg of Wooten High School, Montgomery County, Maryland. Great.
Do you know how many times that comes up on trivia night? Never. If it does, you're welcome.
He enjoys playing electric guitar. Is that really trivia? That's like a fun fact.
Well, maybe there's been pictures of him with an electric guitar, and we needed to know if he enjoyed it. Maybe he hates electric guitars. We don't know. Maybe one killed his pappy. We don't know.
Here's some more bullshit. He has English ancestry, guys.
Wow.
That's on his IMDb.
Wait, a white guy has English ancestry? That's
weird, right?
Unheard of.
And get this. He's a fan of the alternative band, The White Stripes.
Well, who isn't?
Who entered? I want to drive to IMDb Street and burn it down.
Poor Joe IMDb.
He's bumming.
Tony's just torching his house now. Oh man! All right, let's move away from terrible Punisher trivia.
I've never looked at the trivia section before.
Oh, I have before, yeah.
And I seriously want to just commit ritual suicide.
It really shouldn't be called trivia. It should just be called, like, useless
knowledge. Here's some bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. It should just be like, here's some useless knowledge or something to that effect, because that is really all it is. Yeah. Generally.
Good
man.
God, that's time us or our listeners will never get back. You're welcome, everybody.
Well, maybe they fast forwarded.
Yeah, you're fucking lucky.
You sons of bitches. If you did, you should really rewind because there's some great knowledge to be had in there.
It's true.
There's not.
You know what's horrible?
What's
I'm
that?
looking at Christopher Lee trivia.
Dude, I can't even imagine. That would take a whole podcast to get through, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know. So I'm kind of curious, but I'm not going to, I'm just kind of skimming it because there is a ton of it.
I'm sure there is because, he's been in everything, so whatever. Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. What else do we have here?
All right, I got to close this. Jesus Christ.
I know, otherwise it's just going to consume you.
It will.
Right.
Much like the dark side.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
They also, with the casting of John Bernthal, or however the hell they say his name, they revealed the logo for season 2 for Netflix or for Daredevil.
I have not seen this.
It's just the Daredevil logo with bullet holes shot in it.
Oh, they could have had so much better.
Well, I mean, that's, Now, the question is, are those from The Punisher? Or are they from Bullseye, maybe? Or both?
Oh.
Everything I've seen online, it's like, oh, The Punisher, and then this logo, that's clearly pointing out The Punisher. I'm like, Bullseye can use anything, right? Including a gun. Like, he's constantly used guns in comics. He doesn't always just throw playing cards and size and spurlers when he kills people. Just saying. Anyway, could be just from gang members too. Who knows?
Well, it's true. Maybe you like Swiss cheese. They're not bullet holes.
Could be.
It's cheese holes.
Could be. Yeah.
Right.
Maybe he's just keeps poking at the suit until he has holes in it. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe he's got a perforated colon.
Boy, that'd be rough. The whole second season is just him dealing with his perforated colon.
Exactly. Just taking horrible dumps blindly.
This season, Daredevil deals with the worst villain he's ever faced. Well, not really faced, but...
Yeah, that'd be horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, jeez.
Yeah,
his ass is on fire.
It'd be great, and it goes right with everything. Hell's Kitchen, his ass is on fire. Have Alicia Keys do the theme song. You just tie it all together,
It's all coming together.
New York, Hell's Kitchen, his ass is on fire. It all just fits.
Right?
The song's writing itself right now, actually.
I know, it's coming together, Brian.
Amazing. All right, so here's a question for you.
Alrighty.
Are you up to current on Silicon Valley?
On what now? Oh, so no, I haven't started watching it yet, season 2.
Oh, okay.
We've been kind of banking it because we've been, watching other shit, and Game of Thrones honestly takes priority.
Fair enough. So, even without that, I can still ask you this question.
Okay.
I'm kind of finding myself, I still find the show really funny when it's funny, but I'm finding that there's only one or two things each episode that are hilarious funny, and the rest is funny. But the fact that, and I can use season 1 to set my example here, is that, how, every time, he tends to get a leg up, obviously there's some bigger bullshit that knocks him back down, and then he awkwardly makes his, whatever. And I'm not finding it as endearing as I did season 1, I guess, but it's kind of we're almost done with season 2, because there's only a couple episodes left. And I'm kind of just when are they going to get past the initial stuff? How long is it going to take to no longer be this, upstart? You know what I mean? I don't know. I think my tolerance for this, worst case scenario thing, I think I'm reaching my fill of it. And I found that, I watched Last Man on Earth, and it's the same kind of thing. And I like the worst case scenario, where you take somebody and you just keep piling and piling for comedy's sake. But at some point, they have to have a significant win to make up for it. It's when you set up a villain like a Dr. Doom or something, and you make him just seem unbeatable, sooner or later the character, the hero has to get a victory in there somewhere. No matter how big or small, they have to have that win. Otherwise, you're just why do I care? This is clearly unwinnable and meh.
Unless you really like Dr. Doom.
Yes.
Yeah.
And... behind this rusted mask.
Exactly.
Doom's so crazy. I don't know. I'm sure I'm not articulating this right, but I'm kind of just getting tired of the whole, we can't win. It's us against the big this. And I'm just yeah, I get it. Can we move forward a little bit with this fucking story? It feels like when it moves the story forward, it's taking baby steps. Every little bit.
It sounds like it's not going to be something for me to binge watch. Because
no,
it'll probably be a lot of overwhelming, oh my God.
I think that's kind of the thing, and I'm watching it each week. I'm not even watching it groups of it. I'm just kind of after I watch it, I'm looking at it going, God, the negativity seems to hold with me longer than the funny does.
Right.
And I think there's that balance that when you get too far to where the negativity is overwhelming the funny, I think you're starting to lose the show. You know?
Fair enough.
Because in the first, Jesus Christ, the last episode of season 1, which you've watched, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, spoilers, or I think it's the last one, where they have the, God, what is it? With the chalkboard, and they're figuring out the optimal...
The greatest dick joke of history.
Yes. And it's oh my God, that's all I remember from that episode, or mostly what I remember from that episode. It's not the other stuffs that happen. There's a pretty big negative thing that happens in that episode, but the dick joke makes it worthwhile,
Fun trivia for you, Brian. Is I just listened to an interview of Mike Judge.
Real quick, I was waiting for you to go, I proved that theory wrong. Anyway.
No, I was just listening to an interview of Mike Judge.
Yeah.
And they actually had those equations on the board behind them like a lot of them are legit. Like they sent like Mike Judge used to be a physicist, apparently.
I did not know that. Wow. You wouldn't think that the creator of Beavis and Butthead was a former physicist.
Right.
Yeah.
And he he knows people basically.
Right.
He's like, hey, we need stuff to put on the board. And the people they sent it to actually made legitimate equations.
That's awesome. And I'll be honest, I did wonder about that if the maths were correct,
Yeah, a lot of that shit's legit.
Because
which is hilarious.
with the internet and such, that there were going to be people out there doing those equations, probably trying to figure out if the maths were correct on that. So
yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah,
there's fun trivia.
That's good trivia right there.
Oh, and he's a fan of the White Stripes.
That's what we need to do on The Enthusiast from now on, is just ask everyone who comes on, are you a fan of the White Stripes? And add that to their Wikipedia. Because when they want confirmation, we'd have confirmation then. I mean,
it's true.
From the horse's mouths.
As cited on Salty Language episode, and put a link in there.
Boom.
What?
Man. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying not to have too negative of an attitude about it because I like the show. The comedy in it is really good. The jokes are still really good. It's hard to keep watching because it's just so negative. You know?
Like our thing lately has been we watch Game of Thrones, and then as a palate cleanser, we watch Last Week Tonight.
Oh, such a great show.
Because it's so funny and it's great. It makes you think.
I don't have a way to watch it because of the HBO stuff.
There's reasons.
Well, there's other ways to watch HBO programming, but stuff like Last Week Tonight is never really on those things.
Right.
So I haven't yet found a source to watch it, which makes me sad, Panda, because that's such a good show.
Yeah, it sure is, and it's definitely kind of rights the ship after you watch 100 people get swords through them and dicks through them and whatever else.
As is a normal episode of Game of Thrones.
Yes.
I'm assuming you're current on that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oof. Again, spoilers, just in case, if you're one of them folks that aren't current. But, get current, seriously. What are you doing?
Yeah, really, jeez.
It's not that many
What's
episodes.
wrong with you?
There are not that many episodes. Get with it. Although I say that just as I get an update from my phone that Orange is the New Black is now in Netflix. New season.
I have not watched season 2 of that yet.
Oh, really?
No.
I'm debating season 3. But anyway, it's Game of Thrones this week. Boy, they really saved up for the end of the season, it feels.
Boy, did they.
I mean, they tend to ramp up towards the end of the season anyway, like each year, but this one really seems like they were like, okay, we're going to save all the budget until the last 4 episodes, and then we're just blowing all of it. I mean, man, they should just title each episode like Bukkake. They're just blowing so much of a load on.
There's only one more left.
There's only one? I thought, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know how many there were this season, so.
Yeah. It's the last one this week.
It's a weird show. I don't think there's, what is it, 13 each year or 10 or whatever? I don't remember.
I don't even know.
It's not a lot. I know that, but it certainly feels like we're about at the end of it. And then there's, then we all get to feel the fun withdrawal until.
Yeah, ugh. It's the worst.
Until probably a year and a half from now, because it seems to debut a year and a half after it ends. It's weird.
I like I like how in the episode though when it's the big arena fight.
Yeah.
And it Daenerys, she's starting to really appreciate Tyrion.
Yeah.
Because they've got a lot of same mindset. When when he first came on the scene, she was like, "Fuck this guy."
Well, he's a dwarf. I mean,
Yeah. But now it's she kept giving him looks like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
Which it's
something real quick I got to point out.
Yes.
Okay. For all the people who are who stand up for there's got to be the rapes because that was the times kind of people, I'd like to point out that they don't call Tyrion, I don't believe they call him any real slanderous terms as far as being a little person. They pretty much refer to him as a dwarf, which is what he is.
Dwarf, or his nick, he's called the Imp.
Right. That's about as bad as it's gotten, though. As of, say, 5 years ago, and still in this country right now, worse things are said about little people all the time. So
yeah,
I
probably said something earlier today.
Probably, you probably did. I just kind of like to point that out. See, that's the amazing thing with creativity is you can write things how you want them to be. It doesn't have to be a historical thing, especially when working within fictitious properties, which kind of calls back to us talking about on Geek Dig with Eric Larson last week. Because Eric Larson kind of points out the same thing. He's like, the amazing thing about creative things are you can just make them what you want them to be. They don't have to follow. So anyway.
You're not bound by the laws of reality.
Word. All right. That's
boom. But yeah, still loving Game of Thrones.
Yep. Yeah, that was pretty... I kind of have a question, though, that I'm curious about. Again, spoilers, because this is a really big spoiler. So at the end, when she's all like, hops on his back and they do the never-ending story thing,
Right.
And, yeah! Anyway, she's flying away. I'm kind of like, it's interesting, you're trusting the dragon's going to take you to safety, but you have no idea where the dragon's taking you. Right?
That's true.
Like, this dragon could take her anywhere. Like, he could just fly around for a few minutes and then just be like, oh, there's a tree I'm going to go land on or something. I don't know.
If I'm a betting man, he's taking her to her other dragons.
That'd be my guess as well. I just kind of...
So she can, fuck shit up.
Right. That's what I figured, too.
Because she told her ex-husband, because he got stabbed, that she would burn the city down if she had to.
Right.
So I kind of have a feeling that's going to happen.
Well, it almost kind of has to, because I forgot what they're called, the people wearing the masks that are giving her all the...
Sons of the Harpy, or whatever.
Let's call them Hydra.
Hydra.
Yeah.
Hydra, yeah.
They're kind of giving her quite a fit at the moment, so...
Well, and plus, she flew off, sound effects.
Right.
And left all her dudes...
Yeah,
right in the middle of the arena, surrounded by surrounded by Hydra.
That was something I was thinking too. Like when she took off, and I was like, man, it's got to suck if you're. I'm terrible with most of the names on the show. If you're Tyrion, or if you're the other guy who's been like her bodyguard guy. Yeah. Well, bodyguard / sex toy.
You mean her main dick?
Yeah. She's like, and her maiden or whatever, her servant there, you know. He's like, peace out. I'm off on a dragon. Sorry, y'all don't have dragons.
Well, I kind of thought, maybe she's going to, swoop back in and, fuck shit up.
Yeah, not so much.
And then it was just, credits.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess that could happen,
Yeah.
But I was like, listen, when the dragon was on foot and just barbecuing people left and right, they were still winging shit at the dragon. I mean, my first thought would be, oh, fuck, it's a dragon, and taking off.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be like, I ain't getting paid enough.
We'll get her another day.
Yeah, yeah. Like, whoa, she brought a dragon into this.
Yeah, shit just got real.
Well, and especially after he barbecues, the first 30 people, you think that they would be like, nope.
Yeah, someone's like, I gotta go get a beer from the concession stand. I'll be back.
Oh, I gotta go wash my hair. My fault.
Yeah. Right. Ooh. Oh, my meter's about ready to run out of my period. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah. Here, I'll leave my spear. I'm gonna just...
yeah, hold this for me. Seriously. In this mask.
Hold this. I'm gonna go get more spears. Oh, man. I was just kind of like, ooh, yeah, that'd be then. But yeah, it does kind of stink that, they're just left in the lurch there. But, yeah, what are you going to do?
I guess, one more thing since we're talking Game of Thrones. The one part of the episode that I was honestly shocked by was when Jon Snow came back to Castle Black.
Yeah.
And his second in command, that old crusty war dude, actually let him in.
Yeah, I thought that too, because I was like, "There's no way he's going to let him in." Because it's
I thought he was going to be like spit off the wall and turn his back on him.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Yeah, that blew my mind.
Maybe he looked at Jon Snow and was like, clearly he knows something. Oh man, that was. Yeah, I'm very curious to see how that's going to wrap up, because I kind of feel like they could almost not end that storyline this season. With the, what do you call them, the Dead Army or whatever the hell they're called.
Winter.
Yeah, Winter. Yeah, they could just leave that until next season if they wanted to,
Well,
just to frustrate people. That's how
the thing I found interesting about the season, again, since there's only an episode left, I don't think we're going to touch on it. Mm-hmm. Is whatever happened to Bran and Hodor and
they're not in this season at all, from what I understand. Yeah, no. I mean, I think I read that they wouldn't be in this season at all.
it just really bugs me because I want to know what the fuck's happening.
Yeah,
there.
because in the past, the way they've done it is there's almost been like 4 storylines or so going on, and they just keep hopping around them. They kind of alternate weeks, like 2 this week, like that.
Yeah.
And this season, they've kind of just pushed that one all to the side. You know?
It's kind of, we'll just put this over here.
Right. And even the stuff with like Arya and stuff, it's like they're doing a little with her, but I don't know how major that storyline is this season. Feels like that's going to probably be bigger next year or something. I think they're just advancing it, which I'm glad they're doing. I'm glad they're not just ignoring things and then skipping forward or something like that.
Right, yeah.
You know, because that would be rather frustrating. But
it just has a little animated sketch like Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah. Previously. What you missed while you were away. Oh, well, this will be convenient.
Like, who knew?
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah.
And the wildlings ate their minstrels.
And there was much rejoicing. Yep. Yeah, you're right. There is just one more episode. You're right.
Yeah.
I was just checking because I was like, it feels like there should be like 2, but nope. Interesting.
The old season finale coming up.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, folks. Didn't mean to bring that downer on you on top of all the death. But yeah, somebody listening is going, oh, Dusty Rhodes died? Christopher Lee? Game of Thrones only has one more episode left?
Exactly.
Why me?
Making a vodka and painkiller blender drink.
The official drink of Salty Language.
Yes.
Yeah, that's... Unfortunately, folks, the part that stinks the most is there's no show that fills that void, even a little bit. Like, I kind of thought Vikings might, when it first came on, but I grew tired of Vikings pretty quick. I watched, the first 2 seasons and was like, So,
never watched it.
It's all right. It's not great, but it's all right.
Right. You can go back and watch Spartacus.
I've already watched all the Spartacus, though.
Yeah, I know, but,
I know. But even, like Walking Dead doesn't come back until like October, and it's like, meh. For someone like me, it's cool because a bunch of these random TV shows that I love are all on hiatus. So now it's time to hit the Netflix and catch up on like House of Cards and
Planet Earth,
right? Well, I have to for the companion podcast.
Yeah, duh, exactly.
Obviously,
we're talking about deserts this week, bitch.
Oh man, I hate deserts. Wait, did you say deserts or desserts?
Yes.
Nice. Ugh, I don't want a dessert in the desert. That seems weird.
Yeah, it does seem awful. Like the wind kicks up, you get grit in your frosting and shit.
Yeah, it's like this. These are not sprinkles. I know how things work.
It's true.
So yeah, that's all I got for the week. You got anything else? Because again, as Tony mentioned earlier, we're not going to really talk comics because whatever. So sorry, folks. I've been trying to update the thing on the website, the blog on the website with books I've read. So if you're curious what I think of books,
I feel like I'm missing out because I know like there's some Star Wars shit happening and little big man plans and.
Yep, I haven't even started this week's books yet, so I couldn't.
By
even
the time I find
my
Nook charger, it's gonna look like my podcast playlist.
Yeah, you're pretty much gonna have to do probably something similar, which is cleave books that are done. Well, if they're done like big man plans, there's only 4, so you know, your only worst you can do on that one is fall 2 back, and it's
It'll be one of those things where I gotta hope I have a weekend where I'm not doing much and I can just like a weekend where we actually go to the lake.
Yeah, where you got
and I can just chill on a chair and have a beer and read for a few hours.
Yep. Yeah, indeed,
something like that.
Yeah, because it's like, man, I'm gonna have to go on another podcast or something to talk comics now. I don't know.
I know, man. I had every intention. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna read some comics this week. If I could find that charger. And Nope. Yep.
It's all
not
right.
so lucky.
It happens. We've covered it with other things, so it's fine. So, like I said, on the site, look at the blog. You can see what I've thought of books, and if you're curious about a book, if I don't have it on there or want to talk longer about it, you can hit us up on the show at the Twitters at salty_language. I guess while we're doing the Twitter shout-outs, I'm at Stunami.
I am at Monotony.
Yes, he is.
I'll occasionally tweet stuff.
Right. While you're on the website, if you happen to shop through Amazon, please hit up saltylanguage.com first. Click on the Amazon button and then do your shopping. They kick us a few pennies for your purchase for referring you, and it doesn't cost you anything else or anything extra. So, win for everybody.
Or does it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Oh,
so they've told us.
Fucking sweet.
Yeah. If you'd like to become a supporter of the show and get a fancy plaque by Tony on the website, you can go to use the Patreon link on the website. Help us out. Throw us a couple shekels. Or you can go to teespring.com/Salty Language, or again, just search Salty Language on there.
Get some of the most comfortable, form-fitting torso britches you can get.
And then send us all the pictures.
Yep. Won't bloody your nipples. That's our selling point.
Can we guarantee that? I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, I was kind of hoping our shirts would bloody the nipples, but
I should have picked the extra rough burlap fabric.
Right. I thought that was your whole thing. There's a real callback. This is going probably a year and a half ago. Yeah.
I know. It's like the same fabric that they make rice bags out of.
Ooh, my favorite for under britches.
Yeah, exactly. Chafes in the right way.
There is no right way to chafe. Oh, man. Yeah, so, if you could do that and help us out, like you said, we need to sell, 9 more shirts the last time I checked to get them
officially
made.
Get them printed. And to be fair, I haven't put in my order yet.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I will or not. I'd like to, but we'll see how things shape out. So help us out a little bit. They're $14 in shipping, which, most podcast shirts cost about $30. So we tried to go easy on everybody and help us out a little bit.
Plus the potential possibility of getting a free drink if I've never seen you before.
Exactly. And, and if these sell, then we've got ideas for other ones down the road as well. So.
Oh, boy, do we, Brian. So many ideas.
Yeah, we actually do have a lot of ideas for them. We just haven't put to paper. We put to paper, just haven't got shirts done of them.
Yeah. This is where I'd be playing the Guys Get Shirts sound drop.
Right. And
don't make a fucking maniac out of me. The Guys Get Shirts.
Just trying to do what we can here. Ooh, yeah! I got nothing else. That's the best Macho Man drop you're
More seductive than sex.
All right, I take that back. That's the best Macho Man drop you're getting from us this week. Unfortunately.
Let's not forget about Moon Wars. Pew, 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 pew. Zippity zap, pew.
Speaking of Moon Wars, you can find us on Podgods Network. You can find us. I can't remember the website for Podgods now. Sorry. It changed.
Yeah, just Google it.
Yeah, just Google. Well, it's on our website.
Or go to our website. There's a convenient link at the bottom of all of our affiliates.
Exactly. We're part of the Tangent Bound Network. We're part of Musings of a Geek Network. We're part of Wicked Radio. And let's see. What? I know there's another one. Oh, yeah.
Danger! Watch your back. Danger!
Entertainment. Again, man, I hate having to do all these ourselves. It's like we're savages.
Gee, crow.
Just like
the human Foley over here.
Mick Foley?
Yeah.
No?
There's a horse. That's a shitty horse.
That's a pretty awful horse. You couldn't at least
get
some
reanimated
coconuts?
Wooden horse.
Yeah. I was going to say, you couldn't at least get a couple coconuts? I mean, come on.
Nah. I got my balls resting in them.
Inside the paper bag? You've got to.
Well, yeah, of course.
You've got to be about through that paper bag at this point.
I got to get those coconuts all nice and gamey for, pina colada night.
Oh, God. Penis coladas, yeah. Well, it's peeny, but it's like P-E-N-I or something,
I thought you said penis coladas.
I did, but I changed it real quick because that's overdone, so I wanted to change it slightly. Oh, shit.
If you like penis coladas.
Oh, that's fantastic. I just saw... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all right. I was just going to go into a shitty song lyrics.
The Twitter feed refreshed when I looked here, and this thing says, from Variety on Twitter, ABC accidentally shows LeBron James' penis during NBA Finals. Wow.
Because it was probably hanging in a sock.
Damn. All right, then. Well, I hope they're winning at least, because it'd be rough to get your
How
dick
does that even happen?
Because, you know what, some of these guys, like, the cord in their shorts break, so they have to, like, switch shorts or something. Maybe that's all I got. I'm not going to click the link and find out. So
he was so happy he was just beating off on the bench.
Yeah. As is tradition.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. All right, well...
It's a traditional finals wank.
Naturally, it's for good luck,
Yeah.
Get the poison
Hockey has playoff beards.
Right.
Basketball has playoff wanks.
Makes perfect sense. It doesn't. I don't know. While you're on the Salty Language page, don't forget that you can check out all the interviews we've done as well as all the past episodes. So download all of them like the good boys and girls that you are. And with that, I got nothing else. You got anything else?
I'm good, brother.
All right, well.
I gotta have a beer. You'll be fine.
I can tell people to stay salty.
You should tell them something else, too, because that's really your gig.
Yeah,
I kind of fucked up the flow.
Yeah, you did. That's all right. They can still go piss rocks, though.
Yeah, don't trip over LeBron's dick.
Right. And also remember to keep your paper bags in case Tony comes over, because he might need fresh britches.
It's true. It's true.
You never know when Tony will show up.
That's all I ask.
Yeah, he'll show up unexpected without britches, or, they'll be all wet and... it's just a mess. I don't recommend it.
Yeah, full of coconut.
Right. All right, we're out of here.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
You are now leading the world of Musings of a Geek Podcast Network. Stay geeky, my friends.